What's up, guys? I'm Grandmaster Shaymin, and welcome back to Flower Paradise. And today we have another episode of Sakura Knight 3. I believe this is episode 11. And in the last episode, we finished one of the arcs of Sakura Knight 3. We had the lovely harem ending scene as we kind of expected there, and now we have an opportunity to go through and find the other endings. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start by playing through and choosing different routes from this for this harem ending that we've already chosen the route to go on. And then we will go back and do the different endings for the individual people and see if there's any sort of major differences there. If you guys are hyped, make sure you guys hit the like button down below for me, because you already know your support's greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. That is so important because it will appear in your sub box, any new videos that I have. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the Sakura series. What do you guys want to see in the future of the channel? Are there any games that you have suggested? Preferably not ones that are like, you know, $80 or anything, but any suggestions that you guys want to see, make sure you leave it in the comment section down below. I take this, you know, very seriously. And if you have anybody that you know that likes to watch these type of games, I'd highly recommend letting them know that this channel exists. But without further ado, we're going to go in and we're going to check this out. So we've got 5 choices that we were able to make in this route. And I think we're just going to start here because we're going to keep all of them and then see if there's any sort of difference in the route. My biggest thing, though, is that I might have to cut some parts of it out because when you skip through it, it'll still show the scene and there is some nudity. So I'm going to have to like cut out that part if we fast forward. But I think we're going to do the she is pretty annoying, because we did I don't think she's that annoying last time. So I'm wondering if this will like unlock an event specifically for Rune.
She kind of is, isn't she? I giggle, as does Rune. Since our chests are pressed together, I can feel the rise and fall of her body with each little laugh. She's so cute, I want to scoop her up and never let her go. I'd love to play with her tail, but I'll abstain for now. I'm supposed to be going to sleep. I'll never be able to get any rest if I indulge in simple, fluffy thoughts like that. Etsy, Rune pipes up once her laughter is abated.
Alright, so it looks like nothing really has changed there. Okay. No! Ah, fuck. I meant load. Okay, Alright, so there wasn't anything different about that. It was just like a really short scene, so there wasn't really anything there. I'm wondering if I continue to click on Rune stuff, if that'll unlock anything else. So we're going to say Rune here.
I like both of your tails, but I think that I like Rune's tail a bit more. It's so warm and fluffy, and it's really thick. It's fun to fluff up, too. I knew it. Rune grins, her sharp teeth on display. She looks quite pleased with herself. My tail best. It really the best. Tart no compete. I win. Tart puffs out her cheeks. I never thought that you would go for quantity over quality, Estelle. It's certainly true that Rune's tail is fluffier than mine, but my tail has a lot of good qualities too. It's sleek and it's a far nicer color. But let's put that aside for now.
Okay, so nothing really changed there either. So nothing really changed there either. I'm wondering if we stay with Rune and Tart on this one. I might just do like, this could be a long video. I don't know. You guys will obviously see whether it will be. I might just do it all in this video because I don't know how much I have to cut out. So it's hard to judge exactly how long it's been recording, because I don't want to be like, oh, I've been recording for 20 minutes, but because I've had to cut out like 15 minutes of stuff, you know, it's actually only an 11-minute video or something.
After a bit of thought, I decide to stay at the camp with Ruin and Tart. Felicia bids us adieu, and then walks off into the wood, sword in hand to train. I watch as she leaves, her pale pink hair fluttering behind her like a curtain. Then I sigh. I know this might be a little mean, but I'm kind of relieved Felicia's gone. While I know she means well, her presence can be stifling at times. She talked so much, I can feel a headache coming on. I like to slip inside the tent that Tart summoned and get some shut-eye for the coming day, but I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep. I feel exhausted, but my mind is full of and heavy with concerns. Will I be able to beat Saga? I had no idea.
Etsy?
Rune blinks.
You okay?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry I made you worry. I was just thinking...
About?
Well,
You don't need to say. I think I can guess. You've been worrying about the same thing all day.
Tart uncrosses and then recrosses her legs. Her dress rides a few inches up her thighs, but she doesn't pause to readjust it.
This is about Saga, isn't it?
I wince at the sound of the name, and Tart sighs.
It looks like my guess was right on the money. You're still afraid that we'll lose.
Aren't you?
Not really. I've been trying not to think about it.
But how can you not think about it? She told me that she has a whole army of monsters at her disposal. We could be in serious danger.
Maybe so, but fussing about it won't change that. We need to try and relax, Estelle. All of our reassurances failed to do the trick, but perhaps this will help take your mind off things.
Tart grins.
I know it's pretty late, but why don't we have some fun, just the three of us?
What sort of fun?
I think this is it.
I'm not... It's not like I don't trust Tart, though we got off to a bad start. She saved my back on numerous occasions, but her sense of fun is a little off compared to other people's. I still haven't forgotten the time she coerced me into stripping, then left me all tussled up in the middle of the woods. I don't want to get, set upon by a bunch of slimes again. I just want to sleep. My anxiety must show on my face because Tart grins.
Don't sound so suspicious, Estelle. You'll break this poor kitty's heart. I don't want to do anything improper. I just thought it'd be fun to play a little game. It'll all be clean and above board, I promise.
Game? What game?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Take a look at this.
Tart slips a hand into her pocket, then extricates something. She steps forward. I shift forward on my tree stump and peer in the darkness, gauging what it is. A few embers from the dying fire lit up the chill night air, thus illuminating the item in Tart's hands. Now I see what it does. It doesn't look so bad. It's just a pack of cards.
I see. Do you want to play Go Fish? Well, I do like fish, but that game is kind of childish. I thought we could play a quick game of poker instead.
Poker? What that? It's a game. You're dealt cards, and certain cards can score you points. For example, 4 of the same cards. There are a few different rules. It depends on what sort of game you're playing.
Oh ho ho! I didn't know you were so well versed in poker, Estelle. This is quite a surprise.
My parents were fond of it. We played together sometimes. They were very low-stakes matches. All we ever bought was small, silly things like hair ribbons or pieces of candy, which is probably a good thing. I never was very good at poker myself. I was awful at bluffing, and on the rare occasions I could get good hands, I was so psyched out I'd end up folding. I'm not sure about this. Do we even have anything to bet?
It's their clothes, isn't it? I bet you it's strip poker.
Bet? What's that? The losers of each round have to give something to the winner. That's one of the rules. Something, but I have nothing. Unless the winner wants to pat my head. If you win, Etsy, you can pat as much as you want, or even hug, or kiss. I no mind. I let you.
Is she just precious? That's very generous of you, Rune. But what would you do if I won? Would you let me stroke, hug, and kiss you too? Ew, no way.
You my friend now, but you smell of cat. I know like, you sticky. You can't hug or kiss Rune.
But, to be fair, in the second game, she did. They went all the way in the second game. Boo, now that's unfair. I feel like I'm being discriminated against. I'm so sad I could cry. You've broken my heart.
Tart holds her hands up to her face as though to wipe tears, but there isn't one of her finer acts. She's not fooling anyone. I can see that she's grinning. When people cry, they don't usually say, sob, sob, sob.
Oh my! Tart lets her hands fall from her face and she giggles. Perhaps I ought to work on my acting. This game of poker was an excellent opportunity for me to hone my theatric skills. Now, why don't we play? If you don't want to wager kisses, I'll wager your clothes instead. Yep, I knew it.
Our clothes?
That's right. We've already stripped off once today, and we fell in that mud. Once more should hardly be an issue, and Felicia isn't here to gawk at us. It's just the three of us together, and we're all women. None of us will look much different beneath our garments. Don't you think it should be a big deal, unless you're afraid you won't be able to beat me? Nyah, nyah, nyah. Tart sounds so confident in her supposedly assured victory. I'd like to knock her down a few pegs, but I don't doubt she'll be better at poker than I am. I don't want to strip. I'd like to turn down this offer while I had the chance, but... Tart thinks she clever, but she not smart. She dumb cat, let herself get caught. We won't let you beat us at this poker. Won't let you win. Oh, is that a declaration of war? Are you spoiling for a fight?
I fight, and I win. Me and Etsy together. We beat you. Then you take off your clothes. You be naked, not us. Then I point and laugh. We win. We will, won't we, Etsy? Darn it. It looks like my chance to bow out of this is truly past. I should have voiced my doubts sooner, but now it's too late. Rune's looking at me with her large, imploring eyes. She looks pretty serious about this, too. I won't let her down. Though she and Tart are on friendly-ish terms right now, Rune never passes up the chance to compete with Tart when she can. Tart knows this, and she decided to use that to her advantage. We're dancing in the palm of Tart's hand already. She got us right where she wants us.
So, you're gonna play? Don't tell me you're too cowardly to confront me head-on. If you balk at this challenge, a challenge like this, Estelle, you'll never be able to beat Saga, and you'll never be able to become a knight either. Then why don't you come at me with all you've got? Lady Luck is on my side, and I'll take both of you down. Nyah, nyah, nyah.
Grr, Rune growls. You no get away with this, evil villain. We no afraid. We not, are we, Etsy? We can do this. Yeah, I laugh awkwardly. I don't really want to go along with this, but let's do our best then. Right. Rune nods her head. Let's play, let's win, we will win. I'm glad Rune sounds so hyped. If nothing else, I thought she was supposed to be tired, but maybe not. The promise of a showdown with her nemesis has restored her stamina back to the max. If only I could feel so enthusiastic. Oh well, I'm not really fond of card games. This might be a fun way to pass the time, but it should stop me from worrying about tomorrow at least, and our upcoming fight with Saga. That's the only reason why Tart proposed this bit of silliness in the first place. I suppose I should feel grateful towards her. She's doing this to cheer me up. No matter how devious she is, I know Tart has my best interests at heart. Deep down, she's a good girl and I can trust her. I just hope she won't be too merciless.
And we lost? Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Look at Rune. Rune's just like got the cards. How does she even hold them? Like, I feel like even though she does have opposable thumbs, she like, that's still like, I mean, to be fair, like, the main character has totally had sex with all three of these girls in previous games. So, I don't know why she's so embarrassed, to be honest. Like, this has been a thing that's happened multiple times before. It must be my lucky day. It's a perfect royal flush.
What? No way. That's the second time in a row. That's so unlikely.
It's unlikely for a normal human such as yourself, yes, but you're forgetting that I'm not an ordinary human. I'm a cute, pretty, magical cat witch, Tart, and the universe bends itself to my every wish and whim. My luck is far greater than that of anybody else's, and when that fortune of mine wavers, I bolster it using my own street smarts. You're 1,000 years too soon to be thinking of challenging me. What were you expecting, really? Now, look at my perfect hand and succumb to the darkest depths of despair. Tart shows off her hand while smiling smugly. We've been playing cards for half an hour, and the camp's fire started to die down, but I can read her cards clearly enough. She's a king, queen, jack, 10, and 9, all in the same suit. Her hand is so perfect I could cry. It's not fair. I can't believe it. I can't either. Can't believe. Won't believe. Tart, you won every hand. Must be cheating. Cheating? Me? I would never. Then how do you explain this? Rune holds up a fist of cards. She doesn't display their fonts, however. Instead, she shows off their decorative backs. I not noticed before, but now I see. All backs are marked. Oh, bitch. I knew she was cheating, though. You have to believe it. I flip my own cards over and examine them in the firelight. I hadn't noticed either, but now that Rune mentions it, she's right. These are unique markings on the back of all the cards.
The marks look small and insignificant, and it's hard to detect them. If I was playing poker with anybody else, I'd assume these marks are nothing more than natural wear and tear. But I'm not playing poker with anybody else. I'm playing with Tart, and it's painfully obvious that she must have been cheating. There's no way she'd continue to get perfect hands every single match. It's unthinkable, but you marked all these cards yourselves, then you memorized which markings correspond to which cards, making you a cheater. A cheater, am I? How callous. This is such a cruel denouncement of my efforts, Tart smirks. It's true that I marked these cards, yes, but that was no mere trifle. There are 52 cards here, and I had to give each and every one of them their own individual markings, small enough that others would not detect them. Then I had to memorize all of those markings. It took me a great deal of effort. I spent months on this. Please, don't denigrate my hard work by calling it cheating. It's merely thinking outside the box. It's cheating, though. It's fucking cheating. You spent months to cheat, man. Come on. It's hardly my fault that the pair of you are so dense to fail to realize my strategy until it was too late. Rune grits her teeth together. Bad Tart, wicked, you tricked us. Perhaps that is true. You're both equally capable of allowing yourselves to get tricked. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out sooner. I thought you wolf girls were meant to have sharp senses. But tonight, you're even duller than a wheatstone, Rune. Nyah, nyah, nyah. Grr. Rune grips the cards so hard in her paws that she crumples them. Not my fault. I tired. Fell's story made me sleepy. So you're gonna blame Felicia for your folly, but she isn't even here. It's awfully low of you, Rune. I not low, you low for cheating. Wanted to trust you, thought we were friends. We are friends, that's why I decided I wouldn't hold back. It would be far ruder of me to go easy on you, would it not? That would be like spitting in your faces and questioning your competence. I trusted you that you would find me out eventually, and you did, didn't you? You should be happy that you figured it out. Congratulations, you've succeeded. Clap, clap, clap. At least she looked like she was enjoying herself. She won every single round of poker, and as a result, she was still wearing her clothes. Tart's dignity was intact. As for me and Rune, however, we were dangerously close to exposing ourselves entirely. This is awfully embarrassing, and the worst is yet to come. Now, Tart's wicked grin is wider than usual. Regardless of my methods, I still won this round, which means you have to strip off yet another article of clothing. What are the pair of you waiting for? Don't tell me that you're gonna back out of my agreement now. If we are allies, you ought to keep your promises. It's rude to keep a lady waking. Take it off. Take it all off. Grr. I don't really want to go along with this, but Tart is right. Her victory was secured through underhanded means, but it was a victory nonetheless. If I'm going to be a real knight, I have to be a model citizen. You can't say my responsibility, no, my duty to go through with this, no matter how humiliating. I need to take off the last of my clothes. I have to strip. I have no other choice. And now, no one's wearing anything. I'm sorry that I've become such a bad girl, Mother. I promise I'm not a stripper. Please don't disown me. Alright, was that it? Indeed it was. Alright, so I'm wondering if this will change the ending as well, maybe? So I'm gonna say Rune because I've been picking Rune this entire time, so we'll see if I can potentially, like, focus in on Rune, maybe? I don't want you guys fighting on me, but if you're that determined to protect me, then I guess I'll let Rune handle things. What? But why? Aren't you interested in the services of Tart, the pretty magical cat witch? And you're such a loyal customer, I'll even give you a discount. So you were planning on charging me for your help. Now I'm even gladder I didn't decide to confer the privilege of my protector upon Tart's unworthy shoulders. Money really is the only thing she cares about. You bad Tart, that is why no one trusts you. I look after Etsy, because I keep her safe, because I love. You know love, only like money, you wicked sinful woman. Nah, sinful? I am not. I'm just doing what must be done in order to make a living in this world. Swindling and taking advantage? So what if I am? You got a problem with that? I have many problems, most about you. Why you? And now they're fighting again. Alright, so nothing changed there, which means that none of those are going to change the storyline. So I think the only real way that we can do this is by clicking on these three other routes. So I'm going to start with Tart because I like her. Out of the three of them, she is at the bottom. Though she did win points over with her milk comment from before. But we're just going to do Tart. She might be a crook and a charlatan, But she made effort to reform her ways. She still loves me, and I don't think she means anything ill by it. She apologized for everything she did to me, and she sounded sincere enough. After she told me about her past, the grudge I nursed towards her melted away. I couldn't remain angry with her, knowing her circumstances. In fact, I felt sorry for her. These feelings transmuted into something soft and sweet, and before I knew it, I had fallen in love.
Alright, so nothing changed between when I picked Tart and now, so we're going to have to go with Tart's tail, so that way we can continue down Tart's route. I prefer Tart's tail just a little bit.
It's not as fluffy as yours, Room, but it's sleek and it twitches whenever it gets excited. It's really cute.
Cute, that witch?
Rune pouts.
Tart no cute, not like me. I'm much, much cuter. Don't you think I cute, Etsy?
You are cute, you're very cute. But we're talking about tails here. I can't help but liking what I like.
Tart grins.
She as might be expected, looks very pleased with this turn of events.
You should give it up, Rune. Your appeal is immature compared to mine. When it comes to tails, none can best mine. It really is one of the most appealing features.
Why you? Rune pouts and clings to me even more tightly, her brow furrowed with jealousy. You bad woman, I no let you have Etsy mine.
Oh, Rune, sweet innocent Rune, you shouldn't cling to. It's very unladylike. Now. Alright, so we're gonna say Tart can protect me.
I don't really want you fighting over me, but if you're adamant about protecting me, I suppose Tart can do it.
Tart, but why? Rune glowers.
She turned over a new leaf, yes, but she's still cat, still scheming, cannot be trusted.
So you still think of me as some kind of villain, do you? That's so sad, Tart pouts. At least my dear Estelle trusts me. I'm so glad she's interested in my services. I am one of the best mages in Lemuria. If you need my help, the magical cat witch Tart shall be there in a jiffy. You just need to say the word. I am very happy that you've chosen me above all others, Tart smiled wild. But I'm not a cheap girl, and it will cost you. So how does 5 bronze pieces per hour sound?
What, you're going to charge me for your help, are you?
Of course I am. I have to turn a profit somehow. You might be my friend, Estelle, or perhaps something more. But I'm not running a charity here. My tastes are expensive, and every last coin I can scrounge out to maintain my appearance. See, this is the kind of shit that I don't like her for. Like, I get there's like that... I just don't understand. If this is supposed to be Tart's route, why is she still charging her? Like, perhaps something more, but I'm still going to charge you anyway? Like, you're literally a part of a team. You're a team. Well, like, why are you charging her to do something that even if she didn't pick you, you'd have to do anyway? It isn't cheap to take care of a cute tail and ears like mine. I have to keep my fur soft and silky, you know? I mean, considering that you barely have... I mean, I guess the tail, but Rune has a lot more hair than you do. She has to take care of her paws, she has to take care of her hair, her ears, her tail that's like 8 times fluffier than yours. Like, she's got way more responsibility in terms of, like, hair care. Come on. I'm starting to regret putting my even an ounce of faith in Tart. Me too, to be honest.
Rune might have been right about you. You can't be trusted. Just forget it. I'll do my best to look out for myself. I wouldn't have been a knight if I had to rely on you to help me with every little thing. I'll take up my sword, and I won't let any enemies get the better of me. I can do this on my own. Everything will be just fine. Later that night.
Estelle, are you here?
I hear the rapping of knuckles against my bedroom door, and the lyrical voice that could only belong to Tart. Rune, who is lying on her bed on her belly, pouts. What does she want? Now, don't be so abrasive, I admonish Rune gently. I thought you two were meant to be friends now.
We are friends, kind of, I guess.
Rune's ears twitch. She seems conflicted. Her feelings towards Tart might be complex. But it late. What she want? I going bed soon. That is quite curious, yes. What is it, Tart?
Well, wouldn't you like to know?
Tart giggles mischievously on the other side of the door, and I sigh. I would like to know, actually. I wouldn't have bothered asking if I didn't. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it must be important if she's come over to my room so late. Fine, you can come in.
Why, thank you. I am much obliged.
Tart enters the room. She is attired in her dark purple dress and her blue cape, with her lavender hair secured on one side with a couple of signature pom-poms. She looks much the same as always, but she's holding something in her arms. It looks like a brown paper parcel tied up with a string. I wonder what's inside it. Do you have something to show me? What in bag? What? Now, don't be so nosy. Curiosity killed the cat, you know. But I know cat. You cat. I wolf. Rune's brown furrows. Did you hit your head? You might be hurt when we fought Saga. Oh, please. What happened in the cave hardly could be called a fight. Felicia took care of everything so quickly. I didn't even have the chance to use any magic, much less get hurt. That's true, I guess. So what in the bag? I already said, Nosy, that's a secret. What I brought is to show Estelle, not you. It's a secret, so you best make yourself scarce. I came here to talk to you in privacy, Estelle. Privacy? It sounds serious. Whatever happened, perhaps Tart is in some sort of pickle. Though, judging by the playful bounce in her voice, it doesn't seem like it. What could she want from me at this hour? There's only one thing, come on. There isn't all that much to do in the inn, unless... Ah, hey, this is from a previous game. I cast my mind back to a month prior, to a time when Tart invited herself into my room much like she did now. She lay down with me on my bed and she pressed up her body against mine when she kissed me. That wasn't our first kiss. We've been much more intimate in the past, but something about that touch of the lips, feather-light though it was, made my face burn. Does she want to press our bodies together again? We haven't had much of a chance of intimacy given how busy we've been. Now would be a nice night for it, but Rune's here. How can I make her leave without her being suspicious? I find myself dithering helplessly, my face turning red. My heart is fluttering in expectation for what the rest of the night might hold, but I feel simultaneously embarrassed that Rune might suss out my feelings. I don't know. Rune's just sitting over here. I don't know, man. I feel like Etsy being a little sus right now. What task did you do? I wonder if that joke's old yet. Probably. I don't want to make my passions too obvious, but it might be too late for that. I think Rune's seen through me. So that's what this is about, she sighs. You're so naughty, Etsy. That's right. Tart grins, and she's still clutching the bag to her ample bosom. My Estelle is very, very naughty. The illicit acts we perform together in this very room, no less, would make your little hair curl. She looks so sweet and innocent on the outside, but that's nothing more than a facade. She can be incredibly lewd when she wants. Hey! I glower at Tart, my cheeks puffed out in embarrassment. That's not fair. Don't tell Rune all that. I don't want her to get a bad impression of me. No, fine. It is? Rune sounds placid, as always, as she replies in her cool voice, her blue eyes gentle. I like you a lot, Etsy, no matter how lewd you are. The lewder the better, maybe? I wouldn't mind if you lewd with me, too. But I know get in the way. I know you like Tart. You already knew? You try to keep secret, but I can tell. Eye sharp. Wolf girls are good at seeing and hearing. I sniff out things humans cannot. Before, I smelled you on Tart, and Tart on you. Your scents mingle. Makes you smell more of cat than ever before. Oh, right. I bow my head and look at the floorboards, my face flushing. I thought I had been sneaky, too. It's not like I wanted to keep my relationship with Tart a secret because I was ashamed. I was afraid if Rune knew, it would splinter her already fragile relationship with Tart. I didn't want to drive a wedge between the two animal girls, but now that the truth is out, there's no point in being coy about it. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, Rune. Fine, I understand. I know mad. You're not? No. Rune shakes her head. Maybe a little jealous, though. Curious, too. Don't know why you like Tart. Don't understand. Don't see the appeal. But if she make you happy, I happy. I like you too, Etsy. I want you to be happy. You stay with her. But I still your best friend, even if she your girlfriend. You no forget me, okay? Of course I won't. I couldn't. You're very precious to me, Rune. Good. Rune smiles. Okay then. I leave you alone. You have fun together. But don't be mean to Etsy. Rune shoots a glare in Tart's direction. You no make her cry. If you do, I never forgive. Yeah, I can't take any promises there. Certainly I won't make her cry in sorrow, but pleasure perhaps. I flatter myself with my rather skilled hands. Ew. Rune pulls a face. That too much. I no need to know. You do what you want, but no need to tell me. I no care. So saying, Rune exits the room. She closes the door behind her with a dull thud, and then silence falls. I look at Tart. She looks back at me, and then she starts to giggle. Well, that was easier than expected. Yeah, I was worried Rune might be upset. She seems to like me a lot. Maybe so, but nobody likes you as much as I do. Don't forget, we've done all sorts of things together. We've even kissed, and I've let you stroke my ears. They're incredibly sensitive. I guess you did let me do that, yeah. I smile fondly at the memory. Tart's usually so self-possessed. She acts proud and haughty, and she doesn't let anything faze her. Her personality does a complete shift whenever her ears get touched, though. Apparently, the ears of catgirls are incredibly sensitive, the base in particular. During the scant handfuls of occasions that I rubbed Tart's ears, she was reduced to a moaning and incoherent mess. It was quite cute, really. I'd like to touch her ears right now, since we have the chance, but I also want to know what's inside that parcel in her hands. So what do you want to show me? Oh, it's wonderful. I'm sure you'll love it. I commissioned it from a tailor in the market a couple weeks ago, and I had it precisely to my measurements, and I'm happy to say it fits perfectly. It took me a while, but it cost a pretty penny, and I'm sure it'll be well worth it. You won't be able to resist me when you see my new garments, Estelle. Oh, new clothes. Okay, I was worried it was going to be something else. That's not as crazy as I was fearing. Part of me was convinced there'd be something super scandalous inside the package, like handcuffs. See, that's where I was thinking it was going to. Huh? Is that bad? Clothes are pretty normal by comparison, though I suppose it does mean, depends on what clothes those are. These clothes aren't made of leather, are they? Nope, they're the finest of silk. Why? Tart grins coyly. Would you rather see me in leather, Estelle? I didn't know you had such inclinations. Oh, no, it's not that I want you to wear leather, though privately I think it would suit Tart. Tart's body is so nice, I think it would look great in almost anything. It just seemed like the kind of thing you might wear is all. Nah, well, sorry to burst your bubble, but this particular outfit is a little classier than that. It's not a bathing suit, it's not a maid's dress, and it doesn't have funny cutouts all over it to expose certain parts of my anatomy. It's a very elegant, classy piece, and I think it shows off my charms well. You sound awfully confident. I am. My body is incredibly sexy. It might be, if it was to ensnare your heart, despite competing with the likes of Felicia and Rune. Felicia and Rune are attractive, yes. But they're not the same as you. You're the person that I fell for. How sappy, Well, you're so cute. I just want to cover you in kisses. This is why I like you so much, Estelle. You're such a sweet, pure girl. Making you lust after my perfect body will be amusing. I can't wait to see you moan and gasp for my sake. My cheeks turned pink. Tart was always so brazen. Her audacious comments never fail to make me gasp and sputter, but I still think that's part of her appeal. Tart wouldn't be Tart if she wasn't a little raunchy. I don't know what she's got planned for the night, but I can't wait. It'll be a nice way to relax after working so hard. But before we do all that, I need to get changed. I want to show you the full extent of my good looks. I'll make you fall for me all over again, and it'll make you realize how much you love me. Silly. I smile at Tot fondly. I already love you. Now it's Tart's turn to blush. She smiles abashed, and the toys in her hair with a free hand. Well, thank you. I think I can make you love me even more, though. Now close your eyes. I want to give you a surprise. All right, whatever you say, mistress. Oh my goodness, is that where we're going? I can't see anything in the dark, but I can hear Tart shredding her old clothes. Her cape drops to the floor, then her dress. She must be naked now. But still, I don't open my eyes. I keep them shut, lost in the darkness, until Fart finally gives me all the clear. All right. You can look now, Estelle. Prepare to be dazzled by my beauty. I opened my eyes just as Tart instructed, and... Not bad. Okay. I like the, is that a Chinese-style dress? I can't remember if that's a Chinese-style dress, but I like the style. Obviously, it's a bit missing in some areas, but the style's really cute, for sure. And I like how she has the little ring on her tail. Very, very cute touch. It's not like Tart's not cute. She's cute as shit. Look at this. You can't tell me she's not cute as shit. It's just her personality's like a 2 out of 10. And out of all of the characters, she's definitely like bottom rung. And if you want to say that I'm wrong, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. But that's why we're doing Tart's route first. We got to save the best for last, which I'm still not sure if it's Felicia or Rune. Rune keeps winning me over every time I play this game. Oh, a single syllable falls from my lips. Tart is standing in front of me, but she's not dressed as she usually is. Instead of her skin-tight purple dress, she's wearing a red gown. It's silky and sensuous, and it's decorated in luxuriant images of falling flowers. The dress itself is longer than Tart's typical attire. The fabric falls all the way down to her knees. I'd be almost tempted to call the dress demure, but it really isn't. It might be long, but it's tied around Tart's bust, and to cap things off, there are two very high slits running on either side. A large amount of Tart's smooth, creamy legs are on show. Her thighs look so incredibly good in that dress, as does the rest of her. She looks so beautiful, I'm not sure what to say. I feel like my breath has been stolen away. So, Tart shoots me a sultry look, her lavender eyelashes half-lidded. What do you think, Estelle? Do I look good? You look better than good. I struggle for words, my praise interspaced with awkward pauses. That dress is gorgeous. It looks amazing. I knew it. It'd better be gorgeous after I spent so much money on it. Of course, the dress itself would be meaningless were it not for my body to set it all off. It suits you perfectly. I love it, only... I surveyed Tart with newfound curiosity, my brow furrowed. Why'd you spend so much money on a new dress of all things? I didn't just want to... Did you just want to update your wardrobe? Not entirely. It's a bit embarrassing, but I wanted to look nice for you, Estelle. For me? Mm-hmm. I fooled around with pretty girls in the past, but I've never felt the same way about any of them as I do you. You're very special to me. You're cute and naive, but that makes me want to hold you all the closer. I like you a good deal, and I wanted to express that. I wanted you to look at me, and I wanted you to love me all over again. So, Tart blinks at me from beneath her eyelashes, her fingers part, the split of her skirt, half revealing her underwear. Did it work? Are you enamored? Tart. I blink at her, surprised. I knew she cared for me, but I hadn't realized her feelings ran quite this deep. I thought I was somebody convenient for her to play around with, but maybe I was mistaken. Sappy though it might be, it sounds like she really does love me. Why else would she care about my opinion so much? Though Tart's acting self-confident just as always, I can see a bit of hesitance about her. Maybe she's afraid I'll reject her, but she needn't worry. Of course I'm enamored with you. You don't even need to ask, I smiled at her with one hand on my heart. I loved you a lot already. And now, after knowing what lengths you went through for my sake, I love you even more. You look nice in that dress and out of it. You didn't need to do all this, but you still did. I'm flattered that you gave me so much thought. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd always like to be with you. Hey, that's my line, Tart pouts. I wanted to be with you, that's why I decided to dress up like this. Then let's do it. I really do like you, Tart. You might have tricked me at first, and maybe I disliked you a little, but that was a while ago. It's all grown past that. Now I know nobody's cuter in all of Lemuria, and there's no better girlfriend out there. Estelle! Tart. Tart throws herself at me. I catch her in my arms, and I press a cheek against her soft pink lips. She tastes sweet, almost like candy. Her lilac hair is soft, and I shiver when it brushes against my cheeks. Her body particularly seems to melt against mine. She feels so good I know I would never want to be parted from her. I really do love her. And scene... There it is. Yeah. So, most likely, I am going to... I'm actually going to skip this part. This is this, but if I want to do the entire, like all three endings and show you kind of what they look like, I'm gonna skip the sex scene. Okay, we're just gonna get through it. All right, we'll see you in a second. All right, so if you guys want to read the entire scene, make sure you guys do check out the game. The link is in the description. Download the R18 patch, all that good stuff. The only reason why I'm skipping this, after saying, you know, that I think the R18 scenes are important, because they did put time and effort into creating them, which is, you know, what we want to do. I want to try and get all three of the endings done instead of, like, doing 3 more episodes, like one for each person. So we're going to get through these next 2 as well in this episode, and I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't last too long. So we're just going to go with Felicia. It's just going to talk about stuff that happened last time. We're just going to get to the ending scene, I think, because that's the important stuff. All right, and we're back. All right, so basically this is going to be Felicia's ending, and then we'll do Rune's. So we're going to just get the ending, and then I'm probably going to skip over the final scene. We'll show you the artwork, but if you want to get into the nitty-gritty stuff, make sure that you download the game and read it for yourself. But we'll get up to that scene, for sure. It was nice of Alex to let us into the guild's armory, wasn't it? Well, maybe we'll finally be able to find some armor that fits you a little better than your mother's old cast-offs. Though, of course, you don't need a new sword. Your mother is perfectly serviceable. I'm sure it has lots of sentimental value, too. I might need a new sword myself, though. Mine is rather scuffed. This is exciting. Felicia looks around the guild's armory with wide-eyed cheeriness of a young child. Her hands are clasped together at the front, and her face is positively sparkling. I guess I can understand her excitement. The guild's armory is full to the brim with all sorts of interesting things. Swords lean against the walls, their blades sharp and silvery. There are maces, too, and spears, and even scythes. A scythe might be a pretty cool weapon, but it's long and unwieldy, and it looks like it'd be difficult to hold. Maybe I'll pass on that. Felicia's right, my mother's sword is more than enough. It'll help me during numerous scrapes, and I wouldn't wish to be parted from it. It means too much to me. I might need some new armor, though. Ah, this one might suit you nicely, Estelle. Felicia gestures towards a set of armor which is neatly placed on a mannequin. Most of the items in this armory have been used. Alex warned us before letting us in here not to get our hopes up.
Yo, the items in here are all old, discarded pieces that previous adventurers no longer wanted, and these items couldn't be sold and were given to me for safekeeping, being the guild's mistress and all. As the pair of you have done so much help the grimoire, I'd be only feeling to give you access to this armory, man. You can take anything you want free of charge, though I can't promise you'll find anything worth your while. At the very least, I keep the items neat and tidy. Some of the swords might be a bit scratched, but they're still functional.
I think Alex might have downplayed how impressive your armory really is. These items are all secondhand, it's true, but that doesn't diminish their value. It's clear at a cursory glance that some of these pieces were made by very experienced artisans. The piece of armor that Felicia is gesturing towards in particular is incredibly intricate. It does look good, yes. I examined the armor, my brow furrowed, but I don't think it would really suit me. There's so much of it. It looks like it'd be heavy to walk around in. Besides, I hang my head, the armor like that would be best served if it belonged to a real knight. I wouldn't be so presumptuous to take something so valuable. I doubt I'd get any real use out of it. It would be wasted.
Oh, Estelle, Felicia tuts. It's already being wasted. It's all shut up in this armory and nobody uses it. I'm sure the person who made this armor, whoever they are, would be honored if a young woman such as yourself were to wear it. Women's weapons and armor only have worth if they're used for their intended purposes. They would be void of any meaning if they were left to rust like this.
You might be right about that, I guess. It's a little sad armor so lovingly crafted isn't seeing any real use, but I still have a few reservations. Do I really deserve something like this? I still don't feel like a proper knight. The other adventurers at the guild see me as a little girl playing pretend. They all make fun of me. I have been completing quests for Alex for several months, but they still don't regard me as an equal. I sigh heavily. I'll never measure up to my mother at this rate, and it feels as though I'll never be worthy of fine, expensive pieces.
Tut tut, Felicia clicks her tongue. You might doubt yourself, Estelle, but I most certainly do not. I have said it once, and I will say it time and time again until you realize one's knightliness is not determined by one's brute strength or one's ability to slay monsters. It's measured instead by one's courage and purity of one's heart. In that respect, at least, you are 10 times the knight of some of the other so-called adventurers who frequent this guild.
But they have much more experience than I do.
Experience matters less than you think it does. They are strong, yes, but they are not kind. Swordsmanship can be taught. The sweetness in yours is innate. Those men are not lovely, gentle creatures like you. They can never become true knights. They can take on quests solely for money. They do not do it out of the goodness of their hearts. They don't want to help people as you do. I'm not all that self-serving. Not all of them, no, but many are. They shouldn't be set much store by their teasing. Their words cannot diminish how hard you've tried.
Felicia takes a step forth. Her shoes clink against the wooden floor and the sound echoes throughout the armory. Light spills in through the open window and it catches the sides of the swords so they glisten. There's something almost magical about them. There's something magical, too, about the serene smile upon Felicia's lips. There's only a few inches between us now. She pauses, staring into my eyes, and brings her palm against my cheek. Her gloved hand feels too cool against my bare skin, and I sigh. Nothing these men could ever say could ever diminish my love for you. Felicia, Felicia's gaze is too intense. I find myself obliged to glance away, my eyes half lidded by sweep of dark eyelashes. You love me. Oh, shit. I do. I love you a great deal, and I thought I made that apparent by now. You are truly impervious to all my sweet words. Please do not question my affection for you, Estelle. I have tried to show you my feelings countless times, why we have even lain together on a few rare occasions. Do you not remember? Of course I remember. I glanced back at Felicia, my face on fire. I couldn't forget all those special, secret moments of intimacy, even if I wanted to, like the shed. If you guys haven't seen the shed episode, that was, I didn't have, like, the actual scene, but, yeah. First, there was that time in the barn, after I met Felicia, and then there was the quiet, gentle moment in the forest on a riverbank, and then there was the time at the inn when we were both dressed as maids. Yeah, throughout my journey, Felicia has always been there for me. She's been a constant, reassuring presence, and her sweet smiles and her gentle reassurances. Whenever I wavered, Felicia is there for me. She held me and kissed me and touched me in ways I cannot describe. She's made my love, her love for me very apparent, but I'm a shy, anxious girl, and I couldn't shake my own self-doubts. I still can't. I remember all that, but I couldn't help but wonder why you were so interested in a plain girl like me. It didn't really feel real, and it still doesn't. Why do you care for me so much, when there are other women far more beautiful than I out there? I just don't get it. You don't need to get it. Love isn't always logical. In fact, it's often illogical. I don't think there's anything so strange about my feelings towards you, though. You captured my heart the moment I saw you. When I heard your sweet cries and I saw you tied up in the forest, I knew that I'd be willing to lay down my life for you if I had to. You might not know any magic, but you enchanted me all the same. That's so corny. Perhaps it is, but it's still the truth. I would not lie to you about such a thing. I am very, very fond of you. In fact, I adore you. You've said that before, but I still don't understand. Why do you adore me? Oh, there are so many reasons. It would be hard for me to list them all. If you wish to hear a full litany of all your good points, we shall be here all day, and that is not a figure of speech. I am fully aware of that. When Felicia gets stuck on a topic she's particularly passionate about, she doesn't stop talking. One would have to wonder why her mouth never gets dry. So, Estelle, Felicia grins, do you really want me to sing your praises until the sun goes down? No, it's fine. I find Felicia's lengthy diatribes hard to listen to as it is, but being praised for hours on end would be enough to kill me. I'm not the best at accepting even the minor of compliments. I was born self-efficating, and it's in my blood to try and refute all praise with a humble, "Oh no, I'm not that good. Really, you're exaggerating." Being hit by the full force of Felicia's unadulterated adoration for me is truly frightening prospect. I feel that. I figured. Then I shall give you an abridged version. I love you because you are kind and gentle and considerate, but not so much that you're incapable of expressing your own true feelings. For all your softness and shyness, you can be surprisingly assertive. You've scolded me on several occasions, which I never fail to find novel. As a royal princess, I'm unused to being spoken to so bluntly. You never fail to amuse me, and when I'm with you, I feel happier than words can express. I love you, Estelle. Felicia continues to caress my cheek with her hand. Her eyes shine like gems all the while, full to bustling with obvious affection. I've tried on many occasions to show you the full depths of my feelings, but I feel I may never have been successful. I did not wish to push you too hard, knowing how shy you are, so I gave you distance. I didn't want to do anything you were uncomfortable with. I have worried, though, that you are not interested in me as I am in you. Are my feelings for you a nuisance? Would you prefer if I stopped this and let you be? What? No! I feel my heart twist inside my chest. It hurts. Though Felicia does annoy me from time to time, I wouldn't want to be without her. Her very physical style of love is a bit much for me, but her touches and her kisses never fail to make me happy, despite my initial flurry of embarrassment. I do not always love myself, but I am grateful that she loves me. She's a weirdo, but I like being close to you, and I don't want you to stop. I'll admit, I have been a bit distant, but that's not because I dislike you. It's just that it's hard thinking about all of these new feelings. I've never liked anybody in the same way I like you, and it's a lot to deal with. I hope I didn't make you think I didn't care.
Oh no, you never gave that impression. Shy though you are, I'd like to think I understand you well enough to decipher your true feelings. That being the case,
Felicia beams brightly, with nary a care in the world. Why don't we make this official? I'm tired of sneaking kisses when nobody is looking and having clandestine encounters behind our backs with fellow party members. I love you a lot, and I want everybody to know about it. I want to claim you as my own, and so... Wait, is she gonna propose marriage? This is actually... I didn't expect that. Wait, hold on. As though meaning to propose. Wait, if she asked to marry her, that would be insane.
She takes my hand in hers, her angelic smile upon her lips as she says,
"Aw, will you be my girlfriend?" I was so hoping that she would, like, legit propose, like, marriage. But, I mean, this is still really cute. I like, since she's a princess, you know, being formal about it, it makes perfect sense. I still really dig it. Felicia's amazing. Her and Rune, it's so hard to choose. I feel like IRL is hard to, like, put into the game, you know? Because, like, a lot of people like anime characters that would suck in real life. Let's be real. Yuno Gasai, there's so many people obsessed with Yuno Gasai. If she existed in real life, your life would be a living hell, and, I mean, or she would be in jail. And it'd just be, there is no reason to like her. So that's why it's like, in real life, Rune and I probably wouldn't be compatible. But this isn't real life. I love her character, and that's the important thing. But Felicia is so good, too. I don't know.
I am overwhelmed by emotion. It takes me a few moments to remember how to formulate words. I blink rapidly, and as though trying to dislodge something from my eyes. My throat feels dry and my heart is very heavy, but that isn't because I am unhappy. In fact, it's the opposite. Felicia, despite her flirtatious ways, loves me. She really truly loves me, and now she wants to tell everybody about our relationship. She wants me to be her girlfriend, and I couldn't be happier. Of course I will. I'd love to be your girlfriend. I don't know if I'd be particularly good girlfriend material, but I'll do my best. I don't want to let you down. You couldn't let me down. I love you just the way you are, although, you might need to work on your self-esteem. It breaks my heart to hear you castigate yourself so when I find you so lovely. Do you think you could try to have a little bit more faith in yourself? I appreciate this might be hard on your own, but you are on your own no longer. I am with you and I wish to stay with you. Really, but Felicia, you're an elf and I'm a human. You'll live so much longer than I will, and don't you have to return to Greece soon? In a few months, your travels will be over. You'll have to return to your country and assume the throne. You'll be a queen. Can you really stay with me then? Of course, Felicia answers without hesitation. I would not ask to be your partner if I thought there was a chance that this would not work out. My people might dissent, but even if they do, my resolve shall not waver. When I am queen, I shall become queen. I will be able to love whoever I wish, and I shan't let anybody dictate the ebb and flow of my heart. I shall bring you back to Greece with me, if you so desire, and there I shall make you my queen. Your queen? I blink at Felicia, my eyes dewy with encroaching tears. Would that really be all right? I shall make it so. You forget that I'm a noble, though I do not know any magic. I am not devoid of power. My people will listen to me. They must. I am prepared to be selfless on most points, but this is an issue I will not back down on. I will proclaim my love for you from the highest heavens, and I shall let everybody know that you are the one I cherish and adore above most all. If you will have me, then I shall make you my bride one day, and you can live in the palace, and I shall do my utmost to make you happy. I swear upon it, upon my good name of Felicia Maribel d'Argentino. I would not be a proper monarch if I could not make the woman I love happy. Felicia, oh Felicia, I love you too. And I you. Felicia raises to her feet. I throw my arms around her in a warm embrace, sighing to feel the touch of her silken hair against my skin. My own feelings on this matter have been jumbled for quite some time. Though I've been intimate with Felicia, I was unsure of her real feelings for me. I feared that our love would never go anywhere, her being an elf and I being a human, so I
I demurred. I hung back, and maybe I hurt her. I wondered if I truly loved her. Perhaps I had doubts just as I did, but they've all been swept away now. I know now without a doubt that I do love this pretty silly, lovely elf. I love her, and coward though I am, I'm prepared to do anything it takes to stay by her side. I never dreamed, nor I desired, to one day become a queen. But if I can be Felicia's queen, I'm sure I'll be able to be happy. Maybe I wasn't able to become a knight like my mother, but that doesn't matter overly much now. I was still able to change bit by bit, and that's all thanks to Felicia's love. I don't know if I've ever felt happier.
That was really sweet. Fuck. The freaking muzzle thing? Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, here's your thing. Here's your thing. You get the scene. Not gonna lie, the proposal thing was super sweet. I actually really liked it a lot. But we do have to get one more done. I'm sure this video is pretty long, so I'm going to have to skip and cut this part out. But we'll go and do Rune's ending as well. But this is super sweet. I like it a lot. All right, and we finally made it back to the final ending, I believe. I'm pretty sure this is the final ending. I hope I'm right about that. If it's not, make sure you guys check out the game yourself, and you can figure out if there's any more endings or anything else that you need for achievements and whatnot. But I'm not gonna lie, Tart looked really cute, but I mean, Felicia's was really good. I actually really digged it. It fit her character really well, and it was just so adorable. Just the way that she did that, and it was basically like a marriage proposal. Like, I mean, it wasn't technically, because she has to be the girlfriend instead of like the future wife, but she did talk about the plans of making her queen regardless. So it's essentially like proposing for marriage in a way. And I just, it was super good. I don't know if Rune can compete with that. That was just a really, really good scene. Obviously, the after scene was a bit interesting. You guys will have to read that one on your own, but... Alright, they reused this footage, that's fine.
Etsy, you nice and warm. Thank you, I'm glad you think so. But you're really nice and warm too, Rune.
Are they just gonna get straight into it? They might.
Rune is even warmer than me, in fact. Her skin exudes more heat than that of an ordinary person's, but that only serves to make her nicer to cuddle with. Her silky hair brushes against my cheeks. I can feel her tail curled around my leg, her breath against my cheek. We had a busy day. Our journey to and from Saga's lair tired us, and as did camping out in the forest. Now that everything's been taken care of, we can finally relax. We lie in bed together, cuddled up like two peas in a pod. We long since took off our day-to-day clothes, and we attired nothing more than our underwear. I always sleep like this. I like feeling the covers against my bared skin. It's relaxing. Usually I sleep in my bed and Rune sleeps in hers, but today we decided to forego our routine. Why should I sleep alone? I like Rune an awful lot, and I know she likes me. I don't want to deny myself the softness of her skin. I worked really hard, and I think I deserve some kind of reward. I don't really care about money or fame, but I do care about Rune. I care about her a lot. Hey, Rune. I survey her face in the dark. She's being very quiet. I think she might have fallen asleep, but no. She stirs at the mention of her name, her full eyelashes trembling. Etsy? Rune's voice is soft and sweet like honey. Simply hearing it is enough to make my heart flutter. She's so gosh darned adorable, and I can't help but squeeze her all the tighter. Rune, oh Rune! Etsy? Rune blinks. Her cheeks turn pink. Why you cling just now? You not sleepy? It's important to rest. We worked hard. We must be tired. I am tired, but there's something I want to tell you first, before I go to sleep. Can't you tell tomorrow? No. I pout, unusually stubborn. I can't wait until tomorrow. It's too important. I wanted to tell you now. What, did something happen? You don't feel sick, do you? Not at all. There's nothing wrong with me. Or maybe there is. I smile. The thing is, Rune, I love you so much I can't stand it. You love me? That's right. I've been intimate with Rune before, on a handful of occasions, but those snatched moments of passion never really went anywhere. After those moments, our relationship returned much to the way it was before. Back then, I was worried what would happen if Felicia and Tart, particularly Tart, knew of our relationship. I didn't want to upset the status quo. I was afraid our burgeoning romance might spoil things, so I decided to keep things quiet. I didn't tell anybody, and I didn't give Room the attention she deserves. I nursed my feelings for her inside my heart in secret. In the beginning, it wasn't so hard. My feelings were very frail and feeble, like the faint light of a candle. I could conceal them with ease. But as time wore on, it grew harder and harder. My feelings expanded, and now my love for Rune is so strong I can't keep it to myself. I really do like her. I don't care who knows it. Most of all, I want her to know. I really do. You do really mean a lot to me. I run my fingers through her hair, then I cup her cheek with my hand. Our relationship's been a bit of a strange one, but I'm not afraid of what people will think anymore. Felicia and Tart can tease me all they want. I don't care. I don't need their approval. I only want you, and I'm not afraid of letting them know that. Etsy? Rune stares at me. Her eyes are very big, like two blue saucers. You mean it? You okay with me? I'm more than okay with you. We've been through a lot together. It's finally made me realize my feelings. I can't keep burying them. I've been a shy, awkward person. I've never had many friends when I was growing up, so I never really had the chance to fall in love. For a long time, I doubted I could fall in love. But you're so cute. You've completely won me over. I love how hardworking you are, how earnest. I love that you always try to cheer me up whenever I feel down, and you're forever thinking of me. You're such a sweet, nice girl, so I couldn't help but fall for you. I like you a little more every day. It's a bit embarrassing to admit all this. Not that it should be that embarrassing, given the things we've done together. Physical intimacy is easier to navigate than spoken confessions, though at least for me. I've never been good with words. I get tongue-tied easily, forget what it is I wanted to express, and trip over my own sentences. I'm hopelessly clumsy, not just with a sword, but with my own feelings. I still have a long, long way to go until I become a proper knight, but I really do like you more than anybody else, and it would make me feel very, very happy if you could be more than just my friend. I would like you to be my girlfriend, too. Silence descends. It's so quiet I can hear the beating of my own heart. It's fast and anxious, like the patting of a concerned animal. My eyes are squeezed shut. I'm anxious. I can't bear to see the look on Rune's face. Venturing into the woods to face Saga was a frightening experience in its own right, but I think this is even more anxiety-inducing. I don't want Rune to turn against me. I'm terrified that she might reject me. I haven't been the best girlfriend thus far, it's true. We've been intimate a couple of times, but after that our relationship returned to the way it was. If she was tired of my wishy-washy, indecisive nature, I'd understand. I would be tired of dealing with me too. I'm such a coward, but Rune doesn't pull away. Instead, she takes one of my trembling hands in her paws and smiles at me. That would make me happy too. I love you a lot too, Etsy. You do? I always say it. I love you. You shy and anxious, yes. Sometimes you worry too much. You frail, really, for a knight. But I know mind. You make me feel welcome amongst humans. Make me feel accepted. That counts. Made me feel like I matter. I wanted to be with you too, but I know what to push. Afraid of making you anxious. So I wait. I wait for you to make up your mind. What? But Rune, what if I never worked up the courage to say all of this? Then you would have been waiting for nothing. And not nothing, and I knew. I had faith. You shy, but you brave, full of contradictions. But that make me like you more. You my courageous knight, you my Etsy, and I no leave you. You my favorite, and my one and only. I stay with you, not go back to forest. Keep working together, keeping the peace, making people happy, make you happy too. I want to go on more adventures with you, want to explore, want to do it all together. Oh, Rune, I feel so relieved. I can feel tears beating in my eyes. My shoulders shake with ill-suppressed emotion as I hold Rune even more tightly against me. I want that too. I want it more than anything. I love you and I don't care who knows. I love you too, Etsy. Love you the mostest. You my dear and most precious knight, and I want to be with you always. Rune leans in, and so do I. My body seems to know instinctively what's going to happen because my eyelashes fall shut, my lips purse. Then I feel something very soft and warm against my mouth. Rune is kissing me. It's soft, gentle sort of kiss that only lasts for a brief handful of seconds, but it's full to the brim with emotions. My emotions, meanwhile, feel like they're going to overflow. Something very precious has passed between Room and I on this otherwise unremarkable night. We finally affirm our feelings for one another with no more vagueness. I love Rune, and she loves me, and we're going to stay together. When I first set off on my journey, I didn't plan to look for love, but the world is a mysterious place, and it often betrays our expectations. I'm still unsure if I'm a proper knight, but that doesn't seem to matter very much right now. I could be Rune's knight, and that should be more than enough. Finally, I've found somebody who loves me, who I can love in return, and I think that is a very precious, irreplaceable thing. Now I'm with Rune, and I don't ever want to let her go.
All right, there's your image, and then I'm gonna go and do like a little review to wrap up everything here at the end. So take it in. All right, well that marks the end of Sakura Knight 3. I just double checked. I do have all the achievements, so we've gone through all the way to the ending. Again, if you guys want to see the scenes, the rather explicit scenes there at the end, I highly recommend checking that out. It's mostly just, you know, your kind of generic stuff. But I feel a bit bad about skipping them, but I felt like this was a good place to end it, and I didn't want to split it up into specific episodes for each ending, because I felt like that would just drag on a little bit and people would probably fall off, so I'd rather just do it all at once here in this episode. But let me know what you guys think of this series. I personally, I enjoyed it. I enjoy all the Sakura games, and this one is no different. The Sakura games are really, really good. I prefer the lesbian ones over the straight ones. Like Sakura Succubus is the main character just doesn't really make it all that interesting, though the succubi that are your options are very interesting characters, but I feel like I like these lesbian ones a lot more. Overall, I still don't know whether I like... I really think that Felicia won me over there at the end. That proposal thing was really, really good, and, like, I just think that one was probably the best. I think they assume most people probably picked Felicia, because I feel like her ending was more fleshed out and worked out than the other two. The other two just seemed like, I guess we'll just continue, you know, seeing each other, but more exclusively. And obviously there was the harem ending, which was pretty much your generic harem ending, where they all love each other very much, etc., etc. The story itself was pretty, you know, average in terms of Sakura games. I think the characters are really good. I definitely liked, you know, Felicia's ending. Again, the anticlimactic battle was kind of expected, but I feel like you almost wanted it to be like a cool battle, you know, but it's hard to say too, because, you know, it's a visual novel. It's not like, I mean, they're probably not going to play a whole animation or anything over there, more than likely, but overall, I think this series was really good. I don't know if we'll get a Sakura Knight 4. I imagine probably not. That seems like a pretty good place to end it off, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be the last Sakura Knight game. And Sakura Succubus 3 is going to come out at some point in the near future, and I'll probably play that one as well. I didn't play either of the first two on the channel. It is a straight one, so it's not really like my cup of tea, but some of the characters are really interesting, which is kind of one of the reasons why I still think I'm going to play it regardless. Because freaking the singer model there that basically has a money fetish is just a weird character. It's I haven't seen anything quite like that character development that they had there with her. It's very fascinating, but I'd highly recommend checking out all the previous Sakura videos that I have on here. And again, let me know in the comment section your thoughts on the series. Do you guys want to see the Sakura games that I have not posted on the channel? Do you want me to play through them again? Many of them I've forgotten details of, so it would be not quite playing through it for the first time, but I'll at least have, you know, some extra input that I wouldn't have had the first time around. I haven't played Sakura Dungeon yet, so if you guys want to see me play that, it would be my first time playing that. It's just kind of an older game, so I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but overall, thank you so much for this series. It's been good having you all here. I hope you guys did enjoy, and stay tuned for the next series of videos as we'll see what happens from here. But thank you so much, and we'll see you all next time.